Greetings and welcome back again. This is Amuna Yisrael. You would have already listened to part 4, so this is part 5. I'm trying to play catch up here of the Underground Review. This one again is the continuation of Noah coming back into the picture. Rosalie is pregnant. We found that out like 2 episodes ago. This is a common occurrence during slavery. And she's pregnant, but she's needs resting because she's been through a whole lot. And Noah finally finds his way there. They're at an abolitionist house, who, by the way, is found out for passing. I had done some time ago a clip, a video from Alex Haley's Queen with this thought of passing. And it's interesting that in this day and age, and I wanted to ask the question, I've just been so busy, where everyone is up in arms about Rachel Dolezal, and she thinking that she's melanated and this, that, and the third. But you do have during this time that a lot of melanated people who had, and I'm not saying that, I'm talking about the concept. I'm not talking about Rachel Dolezal. Don't start hating and her parents came out and said she was European. No, I'm talking about the thought process of someone ascribing to one side or the other for whatever social benefits that they can garner from that. And that's kind of what, if they could get away with passing, if no, and I always suspected this sister in this episode, because I'm just looking at her, you could tell that she has some melanated in her, just in real life. But it comes out that she's passing, and they feel sometimes the European, although they're the ones who created the environment for this type of individual to exist, whether it be a maroon, a quadroon, or octoroon, they're the ones who created this environment, and at the same time are oftentimes offended when this reality is discovered, or when the individual desires to hide the melanated part of them so that they don't get the abuses that the melanated individual in this country was subjected to. So I find that interesting that even in the movie Queen, as well as this movie, it's like, I can't believe it, the shock, the horror, of this individual pretending to be one of us. And so this is kind of what we're experiencing today with Rachel Dolezal, this same thought of, she wants to be, what did she call herself? Not Pan-Africanist. What did she say? I don't want to misquote her. I'm going to have to come back with the quote. She said a pro-black or something of that nature. I heard her in an interview recently. But nonetheless, back to the conversation. Cato had the same opportunity that he gave Noah, like, what would you do if such and such? And at that time, last episode, Noah wasn't willing anymore to give his life to set everyone else free. And at the same time, when the opportunity came and these bounty hunters came again, the same one who was chasing her from season 1, the slave hunter comes and gets him out of prison, and he wants her to run down Black Rose, aka Rosalie. He does the same thing, where he gives up. They try to find where she is, and he gives them up to save his own life. And so oftentimes there was this either them or me type mentality, and a lot of people say, they're a sellout, this, that, and that. But the question is, what would you do? Because the show is showing you that people could say anything, that if you talk, I'm saying, you could say anything, but when the time comes, what would you do? And as I was reading about the Dover 8, this is kind of the same thing that has happened. One, Harriet Tubman in real life helped direct them to safety, and she gave them the name of someone that they can stop over at. It was a free melanated man, and in stopping over there, the reward was so high from their pursuers, like up to $3,000, that he decides to go into cahoots with this next European man and collect the monies. And so he sold them out, but it backfired because they ended up escaping. And this is a real story. So look up the Dover 8, and then we can have that conversation if you haven't already. And so what was I going to say? Yeah, they're back, and there's just so many life lessons. I think, like I said, if we're watching, if we want to learn from the past, we have to come to terms with it, and then assess it, and then see where we can learn. And what I'm just in these episodes is that sometimes we fight for freedom, or we fight to get out of certain spaces, or you want to become the corporate ladder, or you want to move out the ghetto and all these things, and then when you get there, you realize you're alone. and you look back and your family hasn't come with you, and so you're stuck. Like I said before, you're stuck between these two worlds. You can't go back exactly to where you're coming from, but you don't really feel comfortable where you are. That was also the story of Harriet Tubman. As I'm reading her stories, that and many others who were emancipated and finally got to freedom, and this is the reason why it is said of her that she kept going back into captivity or to Egypt land to get her family members. She freed a large number of her family. I think they said all except for three. She was able, and the friends and surrounding neighbors who was in the community where she was from, with this thought of, what will you do when you have finally attained that which you're looking for? So I'll leave you with that question. Whatever you're pursuing in your life, with everything, you sacrifice for everything. When you finally get it, will it be what you have thought of it would be? Or would you arrive there missing because you sacrificed that's what you expected? We see this a lot with celebrities and superstars. They sacrifice a whole lot, their family, their friends, and everybody. And when they finally get there, they're alone. They turn to narcotics, they turn to drugs, they turn to some kind of, illicit type of behaviors, because now they're trying to fill the void that money or material possessions cannot fill. So with that said, hopefully I'm all caught up now. This is Amula Yisrael, Soul Anonymous 101. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box if you're reading along or watching along. And I'm on track now, so talk to you guys soon. One.